Okay, y'all. Mehdi Hassan scalded the Democrats. I guess I call this the Democratic scalding tour. Now Marianne Williamson was on News Nation, I think a few days ago. I think that was Monday. To talk about Harris and the Demo Dummies. So I seen a few other lefty YouTubers talking about it. So I said, hell, why not? I might as well talk about it too. So.
A red wave sweep across the country. We've been watching it. More than 90% of counties shifted in favor of Trump, improving from 2020. Now, he was also able to flip counties that haven't been red in decades and increase support in key demographics. And that leaves many Democrats wondering where the future of their party stands, including former presidential candidate Marianne Williamson, giving them some tough criticism, calling on the Democratic elite to.
My thing before Marianne said her soliloquy, okay, yeah, they should resign. I agree with that 100%. Like, it's the same thing like when a basketball team, for example, or NBA team loses multiple seasons, like, they're going to blame the coach and they're going to fire the coach. So, yeah, like, okay, if they, what, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer and them leave, then who else? The Pete Buttigieg and other step up, like, yeah, you can see.
To resign in a piece that she wrote for the Free Press. And let's bring in Marianne now. We can't wait to talk to you. Thanks for joining us. Before we get to your article, what do you make of President Biden's meeting with the president-elect? What do you expect?
It's a good thing. Yeah. It's a major tradition in American politics and core to that peaceful transfer of power that we need desperately, that we didn't have 4 years ago. So it's great. It's important that they speak.
You've had some strong words for your party, saying that some Democrats can't read the room and need to step down immediately. So I'm just curious, who are you referring to?
Well, first of all, when I said they should resign, that's out of context. They should resign their position of leadership. They should resign their paternalism. They should resign their condescending attitude. I actually think that they have an important role to play in demonstrating a change in attitude on the part of the Democratic Party leadership. So I was not saying that, they should, many of them, there's no official position to resign. But this idea that there is an elite group politically, in terms of the media, in terms of the donor class and so forth. It's something that has to change in their heads that then is demonstrated to the American people.
And this is what she said right here. She said, people are feeling hopeless out in America now. In my opinion, Donald Trump offers false hope. He'll name a pain, but he will not name a policy that's going to fix it. But people will take false hope. Well, she's not wrong with this quote right here. Trump. Yeah, that's what Trump does. Trump says, the problem is the demo dummies. The problem is those the woke, the quote unquote wokeness, and the problem is the Hollywood elites. Like, those are your problems. That's all politicians. That's what Trump does. But as for she talking about the Democratic Party, their only solution is to move further to the right. And so, hell, on the border, they already they're lockstep with the damn Republicans on the border. So they had a bipartisan bill that would basically really limit asylum to very little, and I think continue to build a wall too, ain't it? So it's insane. Oh goodness.
People.
Yeah, we're taking a look at this.
And also, too, about the immigration thing. I know this ain't talking about that. But my thing is that these politicians, that's how they run on it. Because, really, if they stop immigration, who's going to work those jobs? A lot of them work for these corporations, don't they? These immigrants. So yeah.
Article, the Democratic elite should resign is the headline. People are feeling hopeless out in America now. And you write, in my opinion, Donald Trump offers false hope. He'll name a pain, but he will not name a policy that's going to fix it. But people will take false hope over no hope. So a lot of people seizing on that today, Marianne, and taking a look at that. And that's some of the wording that we're referencing. And even former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi spoke to the New York Times, suggesting that President Biden should have dropped out of the race sooner. Let's take a listen here, and I want to get your take.
But let me just say this. We're only a couple of days since the election. There'll be many reviews of timing and books will be written about it. Had the president gotten out sooner, there may have been other candidates in the race. Kamala, I think, still would have.
I just thought about something, though. Shout out to Brianna Joy Gray. She brought this up when she was interviewing Michael Eric Dyson on her show, The Bad Faith podcast. She's right. You did have a primary. You had Sink Yuga. I call him Sink. Jank. You had RK Jr. You had the other guy. I forgot his fucking name. He's a nobody. Like, you had a primary, Nancy, but you guys chose to fucking ignore it, not give it any spotlight. So I don't know what you talk like. Okay, Biden, I thought that a primary, even though if you're the incumbent, you still have to go through a primary process. But y'all motherfuckers, y'all used to a tradition of, you can't challenge the incumbency. If you do it, we're going to destroy you. We're going to end you. Or we're going to shadow ban you. So, yeah, Nancy Pelosi, cut out that bullshit.
Won, but she may have been stronger having taken her case to the public sooner.
So, okay, many people are asking and wondering if she is missing the point of what critics within the Democratic Party are saying. What do you think?
She's taking the exact wrong tack. Justification and blame. Justification and blame is not what's needed here. It's a continuation of the mentality that got us into this mess. It is not the mentality that will get us out. What the American people need to see is contrition. What the American people need to see is an acknowledgement that something deep went wrong, and they need to listen to the American people, and the American people need to hear some humility. If I was in charge, this is what I would do. There should be a speaking tour with some of the top Democrats, perhaps Pelosi herself. And the three words that should be core to this are honor, humility, and economics. The American people are so used to getting emails in our inbox from the Democratic Party saying what the party needs from the people. The party needs to say to...
You know what really made me mad, though? Speaking of that, yeah, man, Bernie Sanders gave the Democrats my email. Dear Bernie Sanders, but yeah, that's crazy. These the same people that get money from Wall Street, big banks, big business. But they asking old Poe Charlie over there, that has that works at Dollar General for $10 or $15. So you don't do nothing at all. You don't have no policies for the people. You serve your donors, but you ask us for money. I really just really thinking about this stuff. That's kind of fucking fucked up. You know what I'm saying? No policy agenda, but hey, can you give us $20 toward this campaign? Asking poor people for money, man. Most of your voting base are working class voters, or some of them probably upper middle class, but most of them working class voters. And thinking about Kamala Harris spending that $1.5 billion. Just imagine what $1.5 billion would do for mutual aid. I think about RBN with their chapters, giving them $1.5 billion. How massive, how wide they can have a mutual aid network. So yeah. But you know what? And also too, Marianne, the Democrats ain't gonna do that. They too stuck in their ways. They're gonna admit their mistakes. No. Only thing they're gonna do is point fingers at the far left. They're gonna blame Bernie Sanders too, because even though Bernie Sanders campaigned for Kamala, which is crazy. I remember Hillary Clinton blamed Bernie Sanders too for losing. Well, he campaigned for your roach ass, your witch ass. What? So yeah.
To these groups, what do you need from us? They also need to say in the speaking tour, we recognize we got it wrong. What did we not hear?
They're not gonna do that. They'll never. These arrogant ass bourgeois motherfuckers are not going to say we were wrong. We didn't listen to you, American people. Eggs are still high. We didn't do nothing to curb the prices of food. They're not gonna do that. Like, yeah, I mean, well, she's a Democrat. This coming from but like, they gonna never admit they wrong. I'm surprised they ain't say election interference like they did in 2016 with Russiagate. Remember that?
Hear from you. Please tell us what we're not hearing. And then the third thing needs to be economics. What are your economic needs that you feel we are not serving? That is what the Democratic leadership needs to do to regain the trust and the emotional and psychological connection with people that is core to the gaining of political power.
That's really interesting. Oh, and what about the Democrats that might be getting groomed at this point, or that are being eyed for moving forward? Because everybody's now taking a deep breath and taking it in of what just happened. But moving forward, who do you see on the table, so to speak, who might be getting groomed for the next round?
Well, the same.
I'm reading something. I see that. Yeah. See, they searching for answers. They blaming. They trying to say why we lost. Not because we forgot about the American people since the 80s. No, not because those trade deals under Bill Clinton, TPP and NAFTA, those screwed over millions of Americans. And those good paying jobs went overseas. No, not because we shake hands with Dick and Liz Cheney and have brunch with them. No. It's the far left. That's the Democratic Party for you. It's us. It's me. I'm the reason why. It's Amanda Seals. Maybe Amanda Seals said on my last episode, people blaming her for her losing. Like, oh my God. But this is politics.
Same olds are the people that we all know. I don't have anything new to add to that. My point is not about the who. My point is about the what. Because if the people who are thinking of running in 28 only continue this level of we know, you don't know, we need you to come be here for us, and an undertending to the traditional political base of the Democratic Party, then it doesn't even matter who. The Democratic Party needs to reclaim the traditional values of the Democratic Party, starting with taking corporate cash back in the 70s, corporate consulting groups who are themselves conflicted, I think.
Yeah, Citizens United. Yeah, because I remember doing my research. Democrats used to be the party that took money from teachers unions and shit like that. Then they became like they follow. They follow the Republicans. Think about it, they do follow the Republicans' footstep. Oh man.
Operatives who don't really care. There are so many ways in which the corporatization of the party has peripheralized that which used to be the power of the party, and that is that the working people of the United States knew that the Democratic Party is there for me. When Franklin Roosevelt died, there was a famous picture of a man who was standing watching the train, his funeral train, go by, and the man was crying. And a journalist said to the
Marianne, I hate to tell you this, but that version of the Democratic Party is long gone. Yeah, too much corporate cash, too much corporate cash in their hands now. Yeah, in order for that to happen again, they have to, write some checks, get some money back, and some of that money, even though it's supposed to be for campaign finance situations, now we all know, all that motherfucking money go to the campaign. Like we know. See, my black ass hell, do some suspect with some funds, my ass gonna be under the goddamn jail. But these motherfuckers they do shit under the cover and never get caught. Or if one do get caught, they'll just make an example out of that one person. So yeah.
The man, what, did you know the president? And he said, no, but the president knew me. The Democratic Party apparently doesn't know those people in East Palestine, Ohio, or the president would have shown up. They don't come across like they know. They come across like they're in an ivory tower, and they look to the people that they should be serving as ways that those people can serve them by showing up on election day. The days of that delusion need to be over, and a new chapter needs to begin, and it will come from the things I said.
All right. Well,
so basically, she's saying that they forgot about the people. I'm about to end it there. Yeah. So basically, she's saying that, make it long story short, the Democrats forgot about the working man. You're damn right. Yeah, like you said, since that corporate cash, since Citizens United, just moved further to the right. Like, I mean, they'll never learn from this. I mean, Michael Jackson always said this best, and I'm get to the last topic. This one gonna be kind of an interesting one. Michael Jackson said, "The man in the mirror, the Democratic Party got to look themselves in the mirror if they actually care, but they don't care. At the end of the day, no matter if a Republican wins, no matter if a Democrat wins, the Democrat elite will be fine. Like Nancy Pelosi will eat her ice cream, Joe Biden eat his ice cream." Kamala's husband's an APAC handler, like, they will be fine. Like, but no matter who wins, the working class people always get fucking screwed. So, all right, guys.